Okay, race is over. I'm cooling down. Not quite the result I wanted. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, not Wednesday, and I'm doing a workout. Today's also my birthday, so happy birthday to me and happy birthday to my twin sister. Today, we are doing a little, I guess, like tune-up session sort of thing. I'm racing on Friday, so that's why we're doing the workout a day early. Starting off, I got 2 mile warm-up, and then we'll do 4 by 5 minutes at like 650, 655-ish, sort of around threshold. 115 reps between those, and then we'll go 5 by 1 minute on, 1 minute off, and those will be at a pretty fast clip, like 610, 615. I'm gonna break out the Vaporflies for the really quick stuff because that's what I'll be racing in on Friday, and I like to, you know, get the feet in the shoes I'll be racing in the week of. I'm not gonna do the whole session in them just because I don't need them to run 650 pace, and I don't really like to wear them when I don't need them because they can aggravate the lower legs a little bit because they're so unstable. But yeah, gonna do some dynamics and we're gonna roll into it. So changing shoes right now. It has occurred to me that I only have 1 minute and 15 rest after my last threshold rep, and I have no idea where I'm gonna be on the loop at that point in time. So I'm definitely not gonna have time to change shoes again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put on my Vaporflies now. I genuinely, God, I haven't run in these since February. So I really want to like attune my body to running in them. Plus, like, we want fresh legs, so running in a good solid super shoe is gonna help the effort feel easier. So my only hope is that they don't overcook the legs or the lower legs too much, but I've done plenty of workouts in them before and like been fine. It's only a total of like 4 miles of work, so I'm not super worried about it. All right, strides are complete. Shoes are feeling good, so I'm gonna stick with them, which is great because they're just so fast and fun to run in. So yeah, about to start some threshold reps. Key is gonna be to not take it too hot, obviously, always for threshold, but especially on a race week. Don't want to overcook it. So really want to lock in at that both pace and heart rate. Make sure I'm not, especially not going out too fast. I tend to do that. So especially with super shoes on, true super shoes, gotta make sure I don't go out at like 6:10 pace for the first quarter mile. Okay, about to cool down. My apologies for not filming any of that. It was harder than I thought it was gonna be. I had some GPS issues, so the first rep of threshold I accidentally took like way too hot, and then I don't know if y'all ever experienced this, but sometimes like when I get locked in on a fast pace, it's like faster than I'm supposed to be running. It's hard for me to like break that. So I think I ended up averaging between 640 and 645 for all the threshold reps, which is 10 to 15 seconds faster than I was supposed to. But with that being said, my heart rate was in the right spot. It never got above 180, I don't think. And if we're assuming that threshold is the pace you can hold for an hour, then that's totally fine. Like, if anything, it's a little slow because my half marathon heart rate, which my half marathon PR is 125, my average heart rate during my last half marathon was 185, 182, it was above 180. So like, if my heart rate's in the high 170s, I'm not really worried that I'm overcooking it. My legs felt really good, but my, like, just aerobically, it was difficult. And then with the heat and everything, the recoveries were like, they were 1 minute, 15 seconds, and I really didn't want to waste breath talking, so I didn't film. Which that went well, and then I had, I feel good about it at least, even though it was harder than I thought it was gonna be. And then my 5 by 1 minute on, 1 minute off felt really smooth. The first one I took way too hot. It was like 540. But I'm not used to running at that pace. It's not something I do often, which isn't great because that's the pace I'm going to be trying to run on Friday. By the end, I was able to really lock in on it though. So 5K pace can be tricky because it's really fast, especially if you're used to marathon pace, but it's not a sprint. Like, you got to be able to hold that for 3.1 miles. So anyway, I'm gonna go cool down. It's a little over a mile cool down to get 8 total on the day. Then home, or fuel, stretch, home, shower, work. Unfortunately, I am working on my birthday. Oh well. Yo, what's going on? So Today is Thursday, the 3rd, July 3rd. Day 1 of my long weekend. Very excited. Going out for a little 5-mile shakeout and some strides right now. Gonna do 4 like really quick strides. Get some turnover in the legs before I race tomorrow. Legs are feeling pretty good. Last time I raced a 5K, I had a really hard session that week, and then I lifted, and my legs were destroyed. And like a little over a mile into the race, I just like fell apart. We're not letting that happen this time. I did lift on Tuesday, but it was like pretty chill. Didn't go too heavy, so legs are feeling good. So I'm very excited for that. My dad's coming in tonight, so he's gonna watch me race for the first time since I was in high school, which I'm super stoked about. And then I also have my company's 4th of July party today, which is why I'm off today. We have to go to the party, but don't have to work, so that's exciting. Looking forward to that. Yesterday I had my 2-month post-op ortho visit, and as you can see, no splint. So I was given the all clear on that. The bone's pretty much healed. So I've got probably another month of occupational therapy. Try to keep regaining strength, and then I should be done. My occupational therapist said that honestly, before I'm like 100% back to normal, it'll probably be about a year, which is like, whoa. But like, you know, I'm making little gains every week. So that's good. You know, incremental progress. It's kind of weird. Like most of the time I feel like I'm normal, and then I'll like go to do something and like, ow, can't do that. And like before I can do like a push-up or like bench press, anything like that, that's like a ways off. So, but yeah, making progress, feeling good. Gonna get in this run and then do some strides. All right, doing strides right now. I've done 3 of 4, wrapping them up. Just getting some, going really hard for 100 meters, getting down to like 4-minute pace, which, you know, is very, very, very quick for me. Yeah, feeling pretty good. So I figured I'd talk a little bit about my goals for tomorrow. So my unofficial 5K PR is 18:42, but that course was like a little bit short. So realistically, probably would have been in 18:45 to 18:50. So the goal for tomorrow is somewhere in the 18:30 to 18:45 range. Hopefully that means I PR. You know, I don't want to like, not really putting any pressure on it. And it's weird because like on one hand, I really have no idea what I can do, right? On the other hand, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I really just want to like rip the hell out of it and run really fast and PR. And like I said, my dad will be there, my sister's gonna be there. Like, I want to make them proud, but I also don't want to go out too hot and blow up. So I'm gonna talk to coach later today and figure out sort of what he thinks the smart race plan is. You know, I'm also going to that party tonight, so fueling may not be ideal. It's definitely not ideal race conditions. It's also going to be like mid 70s, real feel probably around 80 by the time I finish. Obviously humid because it's Tennessee in July. So, you know, I don't even know what the course is. We're just going to go out there, have a good time, try to run fast. All right, so day before race, obviously, had to get a haircut. Fresh fade, sure to shave at least 10 seconds off my 5K time. Good morning. It is race day. I'm here doing my warm-up. It's 1.5 miles easy, and then 2 by 1 minute on, 1 minute off, with the ons around like 6:50, 6:55, just to get the legs primed. Then I'll do some drills and strides. It is already pretty hot. It's a hilly course, so I don't really have a ton of expectations. We're just gonna go out and do our best and see what happens. Got my dad here, so I'm gonna try to get him to get some footage of me running, but he's not great with technology, so I make no promises.
Put your hands on your cheers together for these moves.
Okay, race is over. I'm cooling down. Not quite the result I wanted. Unofficial time on my watch was 19:13. Time on Strava was 9:03, so I'll have to look and see what the official results say for my chip time. Unofficial PR was 18:42 before That was on a short course. Probably would have ended up being like an 18:50, 55. I don't know, like, kind of hard to tell how I feel about it. I went out way too fast. That was probably mistake numero uno. My first mile split was 5:45, which is a mile PR. Not that I'm running all out miles very often, haven't done that since high school, but still, then my second split was 6:15, so goal was to run 6 flats, so that evened out. Third mile was like 6:26, I think, so way positive split. The course started downhill, then went up, so a positive split was like kind of inevitable, kind of the goal, but not that aggressively positive. I'm like happy with it overall. I stuck with it when things got tough. I didn't get too hot. I was dumping water a lot, which helped. I don't know. Not super stoked with it, but not super disappointed either. I've got about a mile and 3/4 left to my cool down. My stomach hurts. That's my physical therapist's office right there. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Got a big day of 4th of July festivities planned. Gonna go to the zoo, gonna go to the pool. So, all in all, good day. My dad got to watch me race. So, taking it stride, onward and upward. So on the bright side, cooling down now, and my legs feel great. So, last time I raced mid-block was that half that I ran in March. Huge PR won the race, but right after, I could immediately tell my legs were cooked, and then I had some really bad shin splints. And then the last 5K I raced, I had some shin issues after that too, but the legs feel fine right now. Going down, feeling completely normal. So after that half, I had plans to get breakfast with my sister and her boyfriend, and our plans got all messed up anyway. It was like 2 hours before I ate, and I think that was why I got a little injured. But I've got oats in the car, so I should be good. So yeah, feeling good about that. Good morning. It is Saturday, July 5th. Now I'm here 2 miles into my long run, about 6:30 in the morning. Even though I raced yesterday, still getting in a long run. I'm just going easy, a little bit shorter than usual too. Only 13 today. Taking it really chill. I'm actually kind of excited to get this long run in because, as I mentioned yesterday, racing for me is always a little scary. It's really hard on my legs. And the legs feel really good right now. So I think if I can, if I get through this long run and get through tomorrow with no niggles or anything, that's going to be a huge step in the right direction of being okay, my legs are getting better at handling this load, and all the strength training and stuff is actually working. So that'd be a huge boost. I feel good right now. I was pretty much on my feet all day yesterday, and also outside all day yesterday. Went to the zoo with my family. We're going to the Jack Daniel's distillery today, so I'll be on my feet a good bit again today. I may try to squeeze in a lift after this run, but no promises. Maybe have to lift tomorrow, which isn't ideal. That's 3 hard days on the legs in a row, but oh well. Kind of just got to get it in where you can. But yeah, feeling good. Gonna take 2 gels on this run. One around 4.5, one around 9. No caffeine or anything. I don't have any water. I'm just sort of, taking it pretty chill since it's just an easy run. So yeah, should be cool. So as I've mentioned before, obviously a big part of this series and my return to running has been recovering from my wrist injury. And that's still a factor, I'm still dealing with that. But another big thing has been trying to prevent injury after a pretty nasty run of shin splints towards the end of my last training block. And a big thing that I've adopted this go round is I'm not running on sidewalks at all. I'm on asphalt right now. I'm going up to a gravel path here. If there's a sidewalk, I'm on the road next to it. If there's a lot of traffic in both directions, I'll get on the sidewalk if I absolutely have to. But I'm really trying my best to stay off of them. I think most people think that sidewalks and asphalt are relatively similar in terms of impact on the legs. They are absolutely not. Asphalt is way softer. And I've noticed a difference. My legs feel less beat up. They just generally feel better. So I would highly recommend that if you're running on sidewalks a lot. It can be hard to avoid, especially if you live in a big city, but I would highly encourage it. It's like a game changer, honestly. Okay, got about 1.5 miles left, and I am once again regretting my decision to not bring water. I guess I never learned. I've been daydreaming about water for at least 4 months. All right, back in my neighborhood now. Can be just about done. Got 13 easy on the day. Kept my heart rate really chill the whole time. Aside from towards the end, especially like in the sun, going up hills, even though I was going slow, my heart rate got like high 150s. Probably hit 160 a few times. I think it's just like that heart rate drift from being hot. Like I said, I really need some water. But yeah, feeling good. Legs are a little tired, but like feeling like healthy. So very, very happy about that and what it means for my ability to keep handling volume and intensity in the same week. So that puts me at 50 miles per week, which is 2 less than last week, but you know, I raced. So feeling good, excited for what's to come in the build. Good afternoon. So I'm here on the bike, getting in my staple recovery ride for the week. Ended up hitting a lift yesterday afternoon between family stuff. Leg lift, not full body lift, like I usually do. It was a solid lift. Was gonna do some upper body stuff today, but my shoulder's been bothering me. It's a weird thing that like pops up from time to time. I don't really know what it is, so gonna not do that today, and hopefully it's better by midweek. I don't know, whatever. I prefer to keep Sunday pretty chill anyway, and not do any like heavy lifting. Let my body recover. Doing this afternoon because I actually got some good sleep last night. I slept like 8 hours for the first time in like over 2 weeks, which is great. And my dad was still here this morning, so I spent some time with him. We got some stuff done, and then he headed out. But yeah, that wraps up the week of training. Thank you all for watching and for following along with the series. It's been so fun to make. I'm gonna try to keep churning out some content. Not sure what that's gonna look like for the rest of the summer before we start the indie block. But yeah, stay tuned to find out. Thanks again for watching. Peace.